whoever's watching. So I recently moved back to Malaysia. Was definitely a unplanned plan. But TLDR, when I came back, I had no expectations. I did book a one-way flight because my dad likes to convince me that we can book another flight later. And so 2 weeks in, I not only fell in love with Malaysia again, but there is a real bigger picture reason as to why I have decided to do so. In my September break, moving forward from that, I think one thing that I didn't share was myself having a dream in April where I dreamt that my dad had passed, and I had even known the date in my dream. The scariest part was because I dreamt of my dog 2 years ago, or 3. I dreamt of myself running out the door multiple times on loop while my dog, who's never been to Melbourne but was in my apartment, was getting skinnier and skinnier, and that was a month before she had actually passed. So when I had gotten that dream of my dad, something just shifted and I just couldn't unsee it. Yeah. And when I came back 2 weeks in, the events that have just domino affected themselves were confirmation for me to make the right choice in my lens. So here we are. Basically, from my last episode, if you guys have watched it, dear mom and dad, what a success to you, episode 3. Sorry, I just literally got lost because I'm in awe of all that's happened, and I'm so grateful for another day that my whole family lives. Sounds dramatic, but I think sometimes it just is, make your life a movie if you choose to. And I've basically come back to work on this life project with my dad, aka his little business. It's a bar and restaurant, and in just coming back and observing the state of it now, which it's really tied in a time that served the past, I'm just so excited to see how we can reconnect this space to the present, how it can actually serve the people, especially those within the space there. I've come back from Melbourne meeting so many beautiful souls that have just inspired me tremendously with their own life paths and their own life stories, and the culture that was cultivated there. And I'm not saying I want to bring it back here because there's so much culture here. Yeah, we all know that. But it's just interesting because I think for me, it links back to that time when I had told my mom before I enrolled in uni, Mom, I don't know exactly what I want to do, but all I know is something's telling me to continue pursuing human connection. And I've always been in hospo. I think I judge myself and go you just work in hospo, right? You're not some 9-to-5 corporate girly, or you're not blah, blah, blah. But when I think about it, I am so grateful because consciously, I chose to do the things that I believe served myself and the people, literally and metaphorically. And coming back and realizing this opportunity I have with my dad, beyond the financial realms, beyond the materialistic ones, really spiritually coming back, I felt at home. And it sounds like, duh, you're home, but there's just something in me right now. I really, really believe in what I'm seeing now. Yeah, and I don't need to convince anyone. I think that's where a lot of the hesitation comes in. But choosing to see that, and choosing to see the parts that have not been seen by my dad's efforts, I think it's a privilege to be able to see that in this lifetime. I can go into so much more detail, but I think I better leave it here for now. And I thank you so much for listening if you did. I know this had no like table of content type beat, like I was everywhere, but if you listened, thank you. If you didn't, that's okay. I wanted to record this because it's a pivotal moment, yeah, for myself as an adult, and I think for my dad, as we both try to move into our next chapter of our life. Yeah, maybe I'll talk in the next video about what actually happened, how I had responded with the dream. Yeah.